Norwich City Council is working towards the delivery of its We Are Norwich community-led plan. This is a document that sets out how we're going to develop a citywide response to climate change and cut carbon emissions in the city. Our ultimate aim is for Norwich to be net zero as a city by 2045 and for the council itself to be net zero by 2030. Fitting air source heat pumps to gradually phase out old boilers and solid fuel systems in our existing housing stock is going to help us meet the aims of We Are Norwich. Part of our We Are Norwich programme includes a commitment to increasing the energy efficiency and use of renewable energy in our existing housing stock, as well as making sure new developments are carried out in a sustainable manner. So, as well as the environmental benefits and the increased energy efficiency that air source heat pumps bring, they're also going to result in cost savings to our tenants. They'll lower their bills and they'll make savings on maintenance, and indeed an air source heat pump can last in excess of 20 years if it's properly maintained. And at the same time, to improve the efficiency of the heat pumps further, we're often installing solar panels as well.
I'm Phil Hunt, and I'm the Council's Environmental Strategy Manager. It's my job to work out how to make homes more energy efficient for our council tenants and people who live in the city. I'm going to dispel some myths about heat pumps. A heat pump works by extracting solar heat from the outside air and transferring it by means of a well-established Victorian technology and at a higher temperature to the radiators in the home. We all have a heat pump already in our homes in the forms of fridges and freezers, and they work in the same way. The heat pump takes heat from inside the fridge and makes the fins warmer on the back of the fridge. Heat pumps are no more expensive to run, certainly than oil boilers, than electric storage heaters, and usually they're not more expensive to run than condensing gas boilers, although in some circumstances they can be, which is why it's important to consider how they're sized, installed, and what other energy efficiency measures are installed at the same time. Heat pumps, if they're well sized and well installed, will produce enough heat to heat pretty much any property. Certainly they're absolutely fine for people's homes, and we have one here on City Hall heating the entire building. So it is a myth that heat pumps are not suitable for heating all properties, and they also work at all times of year. If anything, heat pumps need less maintenance than gas boilers, and they have a very long lifespan as well. And so the cost of owning a heat pump over 10 or 15 years or so, and the cost of operating it, is considerably less than operating a gas or an oil boiler. Heat pumps can be put in old properties. It doesn't really matter what type of property or how old it is. A well-sized and well-installed heat pump will heat pretty much any property. It's a misconception that heat pumps are noisy. The outdoor units make a little bit of noise, but typically no more than the same sound level as somebody talking as I am now. And inside the house, they don't make any noise at all. When an air source heat pump is installed in an existing house, quite often the size of the radiators need to be increased by between a quarter and a third. And this is because the heat from the heat pump is usually just a little bit cooler than the temperature produced by gas boilers. And so we increase the size of radiators so that the system gives out the same amount of heat as the previous system. And it's quite common for people to be concerned that when they touch the radiators, they don't feel as hot as when they had a gas boiler. But people should be rest assured that the amount of heat being produced by the system is the same as the previous gas boiler. Tenants of the council who have a heat pump installed will be comfortable and will enjoy lower energy bills, and the heat pump will help to reduce the city's carbon emissions as well.